Hi. So I want us to continue our conversation together because we're in this together on how to handle our stress when we're talking about the coronavirus. And we talked about before that when you even say the when you say the word, how does your body react? It's really important to see, can we get used to just saying the word coronavirus or anything that's a little scary to us? Because we have to remember our thoughts are just our thoughts. Just because I say the word or I think of something that is stressful in my mind, where is it stressful? In my mind. And we want to be able to calm ourselves down. So this is real important for us to practice our breathing. This is where we do the ABCs of stress shifting. We become aware. When you get your body all tight, all of a sudden you can feel it. You're watching the news, or maybe someone told you something, they sent you an article, whatever it is, and you can feel your body get tense. Then it's important for us and empowering for us to realize that we are triggered. And so we want to take a breath. Breathe in. And breathe out a little longer than you breathe in. When you take that deep breath in and then have a long breath out, you're activating the parasympathetic nervous system, which brings us back into more a calm state. It helps us get out of that fight, flight, freeze response that we got when we were thinking of a fear or thinking of the coronavirus. And we don't want to be there. We want to be able to have clear, centered, creative, and calm thinking. So we want to be able to really think clearly, take that breath, and then a long release. And this allows us to face what's going on. We have to accept that whatever's happening in the present moment is happening. If you get lost wishing that it was different, then what you're really doing is cluttering your mind up so much of wishing for something to be different than it is, and you're missing out of the opportunity how to handle the situation in the present moment. And the only place we can make a difference in our own life is in the present moment. So take that breath, get yourself calm, let go of all the what ifs, bring yourself back to the present moment and face what's happening. Face it, but face it with calmness. Face it with clarity. Face it with being centered. This is what Stress Shifter is all about. And after we face it, then we want to actually focus on it. Focus on what is important to know. With the coronavirus, I just read a great article that came out of University of San Diego, some doctors there. And really, they said the number one important thing to do is don't touch our nose and our mouth. Well, that's true for common colds and for the flu as well. It's true for the coronavirus. If there is something out there, we get it on our hands and then we touch our face. And the place the coronavirus goes into is our lungs, not into cuts or wounds or anything like that, but into our lungs. Now we're focusing on what is the real fact of what's going on. So therefore, if you are not being sneezed on, so that means that you're taking on it that way. But if you're just out in the world and no one else is around, or if other people are around and they're not sneezing and coughing, then the bottom line is you don't want to get it on your hands. So what do? You do what you told your kids to do all the time before they ate. You wash your hands. You wash your hands and you don't touch your face. You use hand sanitizer. And there's recommending maybe we just don't shake hands for a little while, fist bump. So let's focus. Let's have a understanding that we can face what's going on. Let's focus what's going on. Let's get it together and let's fist bump each other. So I fist bump you all into calm, centered, creative thinking. Happy stress shifting and keep checking back for more tips.